Mama did not. Oh, Pierre, for too many customers in the and to say, light on Papa, no one so candle, light to the power, no one. And the young son, you can't beat Mahama. Number sitting and Casa, my coca said, we lost the election in 2022. Oh, yes. Yes. As someone reckon in Japan, okay, Ken and Carbonio, Nene Cranwa, Pepe, and a Ken.
If the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. It is 100% correct.
What is even so suicidal? On candidate Bawumia said, one more Korea workers ask me, Bawumia or economist. Isn't this so sad enough? Very, very sad. Yes, see, Diana Ba, Ebemiu, Ediakuro. Because you can't beat Mahama. Number sitting and Casa, my coca said, we lost the election in 2022. Oh, yes.
What exactly did you mean by that? You know, who really MPP Fagberia? Obia second debate campaign on Agyapong Kufuor and Bawumia MPP government. But Ken, the same Ken, they lost the election in 2022. And now NDC communicated I said Ken can't buy them. Let them say cultural strict. So that no man making it and then making it strict. I was referring to Bawumia. Because Bawumia the culture said, if your fundamentals are weak, your exchange rate will expose you. I can easily defend it because many policies are made by President Kufuor. 3 years HS will be maintained. One district, one factory will be maintained. But others, medicine. But the economy itself. Ghana for any party for a demand stereotype, they don't want to listen. Maybe a medical catch the woo. Nessa we are delegates not be ever convinced. I'm gathering to now say Mamma. Now, a man minister Asian, Obika Jam MPP, the minister don't. And the Sikam says, Mimi, the Asia. Am I the only businessman? This is okay. Now, because I Apostle can for I didn't know one way. So the Bawumia said because the man went out there when your fundamentals are weak, your exchange rate will expose you. Has it changed? If $1 to 4 cedis, what's the fundamentals are weak? And $4 to 12 cedis, what's the fundamentals near weak? I was saying a corner matter. They're not all you know.
So, as someone reckon in Japan, okay, Ken and Carbonio, Nene Cranwa, Pepe, and a Ken Ekan. Oh, yes, and I tend to agree with him. So, yes, Adriana Banuo, Adriano, Naba, and a baby you who Adriacro. Yes, so what is our some that? Yes, Adriana Ba, Ebemi you who Adriacro. As someone reckon in Japan, one Carbone, however, say he's a member of the governing New Patriotic Party, he must tell this right on his face to Bawumia. I think what no Koka say when your fundamentals are weaker, your exchange rates would expose you. On Okasa, it's a brand of Bawumia or Kasad. What is even so suicidal? On candidate Bawumia said, one more Korea workers ask me, Bawumia associate or your economist. Isn't this so sad enough? Very sad. Very, very sad. And then me mami bi United States sending me audio. Me mami is odampemu ahomachi o. Mami a sorry swe. Hey, asembe nie. Mommy, na we ni Ghana. It's in Ghana asem de. E fa wo ben. Aden. Na wo na. I can't sleep here. Why? After all, whether we like it, said Trump a renew. Eye dia this is America. You cannot compare Ghana to America. We'll go through the system as far as so long as Trump remains the president. But I am weeping this early hours of the morning, sir. What is going on in Ghana and the news by the hour is so frightening. The debilitating effects against the driving forces of the economy. No, I can't sleep. At least I have some families out there. Mami Penny will say, just say, if I have my way, and I will share with you the things in the audio. Folks, and here you take Ghana Hanwa. And you take Ghana Hana, Sabio, I say you near Frano. And you take Ghana Hanwa, I say near Frano, sir. What the hop? Ghanaians, what the hop? Yempese ya dwini we sabi, ebe ye dwuma, yoko kan si kwekuma no nye. Na what the hop? Na wo Bawumia? We be jira bonti yet ye baby, no be no beka she Bawumia wano. And no be no beka she wo Bawumia wano. Yet ye baby. Na Bawumia, we be John Katre say, when the fundamentals are weak, your exchange rate will expose you. Did I force Bawumia to say this? Did Kennedy Agyapong force Bawumia to say this? So why? How? And you are going to hear other tapes, which gives Bawumia so much and his inconsistencies, his lies, and throw and in the da and the some and such a personality way. Ghana for Yensuro and Feria dear. Still, we want to allow these crooks, these ragamuffins, to rise up, to lie through to power, and come back again and rule the people of this country. And if we are not careful, this will remain a travesty and a miscarriage of justice in this country. I'm telling you, Ghanaians, be careful. It's so sad. Now, dear. Candidates Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia's inconsistencies, lies, propaganda, and falsehood continue to denigrate and take the shine out of his campaign. Now listen. He told Bishop Dakiwad Mills of Lighthouse Chapel that concrete roads in the country had received cabinet approval. However, few months later, candidate Bawumia goes out there and distorts this earlier assertion of cabinet approval of concrete roads. Yet Mona ya na me baba Bawumia so monti now listen. Reason with me here. Bishop Dakiwad Mills of Lighthouse supporting the baby and I will call her will campaign ya na we call her. Wo call ya wo see there. I feel there all the roads in the country are receiving approval for concrete. Say a kwanya wo omemu na ye be ni na concrete and that cabinet are approval for this. And I will call same way of opinion way. And so say utie some of Bawumia eya ne friends adverts na ye boa abontina. When we say NDC fu etwa ho ne keke and omri aden wo mo dey ayad no all can asem ne kire Dakiwad man say o ma be say tonight I'm giving the full length. What can asem ne wie ya a few months later Bawumia goes out there and now telling Ghanaians what kind of roads being any babisi. Why are you always lying to the people of this country? And throw akoshisam and nabraba sam. Listen to Bawumia carefully on this. Take a listen.
Why is it that we are not building our roads with concrete and rather doing all this asphalt bitumen stuff, which the roads get washed away after 2 seasons? You look at Temamoto Way, which was built with concrete, and it is lasting almost 50 years. Since 2014 in India, they have a policy to only build concrete roads because it works out much cheaper. So I said, well, let me bring this to my bosses, and we have been discussing this as recently as last week. And Bishop, I'll let you into it. Cabinet did decide last week that we should move towards concrete roads as a country.
Today's short ceremony is therefore to mark the beginning of the inner roads upgrade. This will ensure that the remaining roads in the barracks have asphaltic over. This is a demonstration that the government is not relenting on its agenda of declaring this year as the year of roads.
Why is it that we are not building our roads with concrete and rather doing all this asphalt bitumen stuff, which the roads get washed away after 2 seasons? You look at the motorway, which was built with concrete, and it is lasting almost 50 years. Since 2014 in India, they have a policy to only build concrete roads because it works out much cheaper. So I said, well, let me bring this to my bosses, and we have been discussing this as recently as last week. And Bishop, I'll let you into it. Cabinet did decide last week that we should move towards concrete roads as a country.
Today's short ceremony is therefore to mark the beginning of the inner roads upgrade. This will ensure that the remaining roads in the barracks have asphaltic over. This is a demonstration that the government is not relenting on its agenda of declaring this year as the year of roads.
Did you hear it? Did you hear candidate Bawumia saying what he's saying? Did you hear that? On that screen, he smiles all times. Yet, when you're true for, and you're not daft for, when you kushini, when you're not brabeni, what could you also for penny anymore? I saw them. Lighthouse Chapel International, I saw them, and Bawumia is lying. How I saw them, what Jahok catcher was so for penny dark, what Mercy said. All the roads, inner roads, if I need receive cabinet approval for concrete. Who here down one? Now, you are talking about what? Asphaltic roads. You are talking about asphaltic. Now, uka concrete and you're always lying and they want to lie through to power. When you're in your power, you say, bam! Kaina Shannon say he has 4-year mandate, 4 years old. Now 4 years, what can an opa no befa? What can an opa onfa? By that time, 4 years, one no nante, our abebresem, one no nante, our yaumu, one no nante, our yemu, or no nante, our benidia, and your pinisiemu. Namodia Montana. Ate Afiyam Cosway, into ne entroba kunio. Bedobeba another entrobiso. A senior member of the governing New Patriotic Party had warned Ghanaians to beware of money and goodies inducement in the upcoming election 2024. Why would he say this? MPP Penibia Magana for warning say, hey, munya careful, abana ye kwakotuano, sikate che, any inducement and yoma goodies. Ubasha near the rice ba. Ubasha if you credit say ye to me chen yoma in kotokuro and in srada muche. In kotokuro and in srada matches muche kobi nara muche. Ediasem. Now Ghanaians, don't you think say sa goodies ni sa nyumeya politicians or mecha mai. Inti mwanga sa muntimi hu say aye ye. These are the things they do to take over your mind, and then they take over your power. So, by way of the power in you, the power to the people, no, you sell it so cheap in want of what? Kobe. You sell that power to that politician in want of what? Kotokuro and Asrada. Ebe. Is that how cheap we can reduce our mental faculty to? But we're too careful. Afutoni ebefa na yemfa. Take a listen to him.
What and as MPP, ya president so oba peduma wanyami, wanda so peduma wanyami, and then ya wuso wunya, ya disike brown so kokotua baba ni business. Mesram, mama makini na ho, obia ho kasta so kokotua ni business ni disike kokotua. ɛkyerɛ wakyerɛ ne fie asodaeɛ ahu sɛ sɛde wo deɛ wɔkyere wo kɔm amfie nso a na woadwene da sɛ nkuto ɔba ne so ɔde sika hyɛ wo nsɛm a na woadwene nane na woakɔto abama no wotoma no a ɛte sɛ light of aba na woasɔ candle light ne ba ɔmo pɛ na wadum no amfie nso deɛ wɔtwe wohu no biam.
What? But listen to this. The question remains, has his warning come at the right time or not? The question, warning na Odema Ghana for, can we say that the warning has come at the right time or has not? To me, I will tell you yes indeed. The warning to Ghanaians has come at the right time. Reason Bentia, watch this carefully, watch this.
Yes, you can see that very well. The distribution of goodies have started like no other business. Money, everything now they are sharing just to buy your conscience once again and to fool you for another 4 years. That is, we must be wise up. Yes, you can see that very well. The distribution of goodies have started like no other business. Money, everything now they are sharing just to buy your conscience once again and to fool you for another 4 years. That is, we must be wise up. Yes, you can see that very well. The distribution of goodies have started like no other business. Money, everything now they are sharing just to buy your conscience once again and to fool you for another 4 years. That is, we must be wise up. Yes, you can see that very well. The distribution of goodies have started like no other business. Money, everything now they are sharing just to buy your conscience once again and to fool you for another 4 years. That is, we must be wise up. Yes, you can see that very well. The distribution of goodies have started like no other business. Money, everything.
Well, I don't know. Then you go on. Well, Nioma goodies. Yes, one is or just power nephew them because of what? A bag of what? Maize, either a bro and not a mo. No one knew that. Can you imagine? Or you saw a bro and now say a mo at the your sovereignty, power to the people. No, what the ready yes to Ghana for her. Yeah, you ready nipa benny, caucus yes to Kwano dear, nya papa. I don't know. Hey, to me a woman, 2 minute woman, and you're browning Wabajo, 1 year Ghana ni bibini. Wabaja 2 minutes through some. Wabaja 2 minutes through someone. When Timmy and for gold, when Timmy and for diamond, when Timmy and for any precious whatever. What did they buy? Adriane, a bro, and emo. My goodness, man. Folks. What they bede every sem na owia or the akwototo land cruises. The asema make a term Ghanaians all over the regions and outside Ghana minimum kasa because we are left with a couple of days to go to the polls. What the emu ana ebro what the baba power to the people or the jefru sem. No we are one no the akwa them akwajeje land cruises SUVs or the akwajeje dying our East Legon cantonment Labone and all plush areas, not Legon and other places. Now, Oriensua, what to Toby di Bia Mama di Maka home, what to Toby di Mama di Maka home. Now, what to Hona Mariana so? One Mariana so, no more tea woman so, our parliament or Ghana for the Kudomo Kakra name a tiny saprona honorable see Jimmy for a Jimmy for no di omu di omachi na de ya ne say once you are following them Land Cruiser ni nyina ho na Land Cruiser na ekọ this political rogues this political destitute akronfo wenum no Ghana emrantie na omu di omachi hey honorable e dey honorable yarefo what ton power through the collection of rice ebro wo yare adeni yan nwini kakrai me bei na me hwe motorbikes bi a wo mo nam kwan nim ho kuta flag paraphernalia of the MPP omo ba kwan wo bia ma omo kwan ze abodamfo nko a lunatic fringes hwe omo me bei a me pem no to ho sesi a ma pe no wo pa yem de obey na wepra de me answer do be ko aspiti wepra kwa o meanwhile Bawumia no so dalan Christianim adding throw any nada spewing this garbage through to power through what courtesy ebro any amo edi asembe nie politicians amu chenuane NDC foi samu sumu chenuane amunya careful me say NDC for listen samu che goodies wo MPP dia na mebo me nya mo dia mebo I'm telling you MPP NDC me say mo che nuane wo ho a enyi easy mamo what this kind of politics we say etuotwa no too much aden yes MCR can we play that video can we woo if it's ready let me know is it ready okay now me be another video so atremu apart from say yama mo ebro ene emo no afi omo di sika account sika na esen can you imagine now no obi fie yekuhu sen over millions of dollars so eti ne dem millions of dollars egu ne dem now the wonya bia utiana Ghanaians let's think let's mumia kakra o mumia bibini so wo ye nipa twene Jonas asamba ko a kan be refita na ma me depend Jonas asamba was it bibini so wo ye nipa aten sika sei wo mo we bro wo mo we mu o de agisa 2 minutes free sem no de akotre trasako na trasako no kra nanso wo ntel wo mo toto edan e wo trasako ho e de mamma oho na bebrom ko di mma no wo ho na mi video nso fema na hwe sika eno so mo de ko say sika no bi say hwan you know what the sad part of it is that the money is also it belongs to you and I it's our money take a listen to this one too. If you are Ghanaian and at the range of hearing my voice, or tonight, if you are watching, you must be weeping for this country called Ghana. What's it? When will be a sikanu go? Yeah, when will be a go? Naturally, a quantum of money. Yes, it's a free idea near the group. Nebisa will say, can this rocks, this politicians give you this money to chop? What would you be fair now? Emma will need there be the only time I'll bet me says Canadian election time. Election, the entire office say election time. And so this says, listen, let's do this short arithmetic. So we say, why do you think the politicians wait until election time. 1, no amount t-shirt. 2, no amount mobile phone. 3, no amount friends saying a second kotokuro sradabi and it's no amount Kobe. Why do you think so? Yes, sir. What it means is that the politicians in this country do not respect the citizens of this country. No, they don't respect you. Why? Because they've worked with us for almost how many? Fourth Republican era way, as a benchmark. They have who say no, Ghana for Yanyobia. From a Pierre to Yanyobia. The only way to take the power from them is to give them these goodies. And one no. Until Brony meye sad way efentiam na menka say mo. Brony meye way na menka say yes. Not one of our own. Not one of our own. Our brothers and sisters who are going to sit in parliament and at the apex of leadership can only do this to you and I by inducing us and take our power through courtesy what? Rice, corn, and money. Meanwhile, the money they are distributing is money belongs to you and I. This is sad indeed. You got to weep. Trust me. Now, sika no mo channel say no eni bre so pa make say won say Ghana higher day baka say sika egu ho the governing party or tiska no so MPP for tiska no so yes omete so. Still on candidate Alhaji Mahama Bawumia and his inconsistencies, lies, propaganda and falsehood is overwhelming. He earlier said a country doesn't need to borrow money for development. However, he turned around and distorts that we must borrow this time responsibly. Yet ye baby yenka bin shame. Bawumia say, hey, and who here says so my crowd bobo sebia. No. You can toll the road and get money and then I say for and I said wobeke kansan sem ya ofa no hu de was that done in and also no Debbie. Or say Debbie, you must borrow response. Are you sure, Bawumia? Ghanaians, are we asleep? The guy has a characteristics of what? A chronic liar. A stereotype. Bawumia is a stereotype, a chronic liar. I don't know, minim adjective somebody Bawumia. I'm telling you folks, and this is very dangerous, that to allow such a person to rise up to power. No, he collapsed this country in no time. One no can we you and we answer by Babu said, meanwhile done one also no borrow responsible saying. Ebiana what in us 1 year. This time Obetin year. Listen to Bawumia here. Take a listen.
Raise the money to do to borrow money from anywhere. Just tool the various sections of the road and we'll raise the money to do the roads in Ghana. But it doesn't mean we will not borrow money. It only means that we are going to borrow responsibly and not recklessly. No government can say they won't borrow money. That is ridiculous. So far, the commitments that we received in China before leaving amounted to a total of $15 billion. And there is a possibility that within the next month or so there are some discussions that we couldn't conclude, that another $4 billion will be added to that. But this is by way of grant funding. As you can see, all the discussions we've had in China have to do with getting a new funding model, not borrowing, but leveraging our resources to do so.
If you look at this country, the money is there for development, but it stays up, it doesn't come down. The money is there, but it stays up, it doesn't come down. We are going to make sure we bring in a new economic model and make sure the money will come down to our villages for everybody to get that share of the money.
To borrow money from anywhere. Just tool the various sections of the road and we'll raise the money to do the roads in Ghana. But it doesn't mean we will not borrow money. It only means that we are going to borrow responsibly and not recklessly. No government can say they won't borrow money. That is ridiculous. So far, the commitments that we received in China before leaving amounted to a total of $15 billion. And there is a possibility that within the next month or so there are some discussions that we couldn't conclude, that another $4 billion will be added to that. But this is by way of grant funding. As you can see, all the discussions we've had in China have to do with getting a new funding model, not borrowing, but leveraging our resources to do so.
If you look at this country, the money is there for development, but it stays up, it doesn't come down. The money is there, but it stays up, it doesn't come down. We are going to make sure we bring in a new economic model and make sure the money will come down to our villages for everybody to get that share of the money.
Sani Paway. Edi ben ene kwekumo beboa mintu ni din o. But Ghanaians, let's watch the face of the vice president and candidates Alhaji Mahama Bawumia's face. Edi ben ye de beto no. Edi ben pao en ye de beto papai. Ghanaians, help me. Let's get answers for. And again, do not say or do not let us play with the future of this nation. What? Especially, who do we entrust? Who do we entrust our territorial land, our territorial waters, our territorial mineral deposit and resources, and our territorial airspace? Who? In whose hands do we entrust? And I'm moving some memo, a sebisebio, and Kuala Grobisa, Miss Remo. Muma Ghana for once mumyenye serious way ni maybe what say dia mwedi kwa muma mweni nko obrebebreba ye bre abebrese apenisie ni abinidie a ye kom no ewura no wey eya ne ye nkom just one day oni epie oni ye ko enya agro bi say oh ade ache ye ho ato ni ye koya de foforo. It takes us years na wotwimpo emuti sen ewura no na wotwe emuti sen Bosome emuti saying enankantema fe baako aba. As there be Ghanaians, be very, very careful that when you see the semblance of people who cannot, will not, and may not display the characteristics of what? Trustworthy. Be very careful. Let's be careful. Mumiya very careful. And Ora Akufo-Addo, yempeo, he will remain one of the presidents in our history under the 4th Republican Constitution as untrustworthy. Now, so Warbano, na ye jitrada. Akufo-Addo onye, yeah. We dig Ghana phone MPP phone na hambo. I feel on one party watch him. He belongs to my ne wafanam. So I sa Juma wanum bedi ya no. In 1979. Juma umbedi ya no. Yes. Ebra Buzia efra ben mu no. Buzia party na party ben. Na ye Progress Party and ombe we need power. And that was the saying, that was the Second Republic. Wonu umbedi ade no Buzia ene Akufo-Addo ne papa Edward Akufu. Women now were scholars so Buzia was a scholar, a professor Kofi Abrefa Buzia. And umbedi ade. This I said then they see here. Womu ye Ghana Tosa yene truka yene basa. Tantan ne papa was the ceremonial president. Wamu ya Ghana tan. All to the point said they moved this country to the IMF. And that was where Buzia introduced what you call economic austerity measure. And that led to several Ghanaians were retrenched. And that remained one of the largest public sector retrenchment in this country. And he reduced the Ghanaian cedi currency to 43%. It took a military officer like one General Ignatius Kutu Agyapong to come back and revive the Ghanaian economy. Oh yes. Yeah. Kutu Agyapong, when Kutu Agyapong came under his era, Agyapong declare Edema the Bretton Woods institution. ASL said, Ghana for Ibrahim Samuel, or say Yentia na there. Yentia na there. It was Ghana's debt against our debt portfolio, and he made sure some 94.4 million United States dollars was cancelled. Beside say under the Fourth Republic, President Ben Waba Ghana debt in your cancel. Rather, we are adding more debt to our debt portfolio. Kutu Agyapong cancelled $94.4 million. And a Bretton Woods institutions nini brea. So what did they do? They cancelled Ghana's our trade credits. And that led to what? A huge trouble on our neck. Mika say, and you maybe to say consumables like milk, sardine, corned beef, any sugar, Ghana need to be imported. When my dear Kutu Agyapong here, all that Kutu Agyapong in Crawford here in answer. Listen, one, we need to subsidize this. We need to ration it and prioritize it. 3 fundamental goals for Kutu Agyapong. No down. Or say we need to prioritize, subsidize, and ration it. Oh yes, I know. What did he do? If Koba said the government of Kutu Agyapong was now importing these 4 fundamental consumables just to be able to maintain the standard of price of this consumable. Inti untimi onunkofa sardine, milk, corned beef, and femba Ghana. Na yeba betwa mo the retail shops no. The more you say, "Who better? Where's me cotton me there 10 cities? Where's me cotton me there 20 cities? Where's me cotton me there 50 cities?" No. He stabilized. He gave a standardized price for all these consumables. Or yes, he was doing that to ensure that the Ghanaian city would appreciate the foreign currency, and he succeeded. Yeah. Oriya no show me dinos. No, listen. We will not import cotton. Ghana was growing cotton in this country. He made sure that about 30 million Ghana cedis then was saved for the coffers of this country. Kutu Agyapong. And then all the governments are under the Fourth Republic. Bisa say a day and a maye in the honor of Kutu Agyapong. Now so make you say a new man Kutu Agyapong a year this country under the Fourth Republic. I can challenge any political scholar. Bebre munyendru na munyendru bebi Kutu Agyapong a yedru. I'm telling you. I can challenge many of you on a debate. I'll just close my eyes and I'll give you numerous Nyoma Kutu Agyapong a year more my way. Edema Sanamuke, Mumisa Mose and how much of quantum of the metric tons of rice you import to Baha? I have lost counting, including the SC company they imported, they come school for ya, and what ba semi okujato, a dimrika to chase so more matita to remi. And importation of rice at the saying, Bana Kutu Agyapong. Kutu Agyapong declared that operation, feed yourself. And today, go to about 10 homes in this country. Ube will say, yes, Ghanaians who adopted in that political, socio-economic philosophy and ideologicals of Kutu Agyapong. Today, Ube there is what you call a backyard garden farming. As our food staples now, you don't need to go to market to buy them. It was under the auspices of Kutu Agyapong. Ghanaians could resonate with this political, socio-economic, political ideology. And he succeeded. Orieno, the whole of Esuchare, Tano, and the whole of the northern region became the hub for rice cultivation. Ghana imported rice, that. Ghana, you imported rice, that. Tomatoes, onions, and net. 21st century, and more imported tomatoes, more imported the onions from Niger. Go and read. In the era of Kutu Agyapong, Ghana was exporting these food staples to all these neighboring countries around us. And Amuni, under an era of a military general, okay? Ghana was exporting this, including some. Ghana was exporting food and fish to Japan and South Korea under Kutu Agyapong. And then where a down for wicked people, wicked rulers, and rulers of darkness. We are rulers of darkness and evil and shameful people. Kutu Agyapong era. All right? He did his best though. All up the 7-year rule of Kutu Agyapong, at least Ghanaians, we saw the best. Even though we can say, however, say one found Kodru baby idea. Between closer to 1977, we all realize, yes, the economy of Kutu Agyapong has taken a nosedive. Where we saw, say, no, inflation almost about 117 dropped to about 68, and then you could see say yes, foreign debts and local debts stood at about 3.62 billion respectively. Food prices jumped to about 59%. Crude oil stood at $35 per barrel, all-time high. Population was at 2.8, offense and 9% significant. And numponum Ghana or the name kudru pepe. Mumi says Akufo de ne papa Edward Akufo oni buzia womo de Ghana ko saying. Womo say o me poto. Womo say o me poto. Womo wi that same Progress Party no buzia for me and no masefo ni MPP. Guess what happened? Progress Party for na sefo no. Bisa say dey na see ye. When Buzia was overthrown, that party metamorphosed into a political party called the People's Front Party, chaired by Victor Uso Ofi Aguna Swedru. Bisa said, this same MPP fui, the byproducts of them, but when ancestors, Pauli and Oforiata, ne cousin, Pauli and cousin Oforiata broke away from the People's Front Party. Yes. And they won't woman you, woman for anyway. No. Yeah, almost no. They broke away from the People's Front Party and I'm from a party called the UNC. At the time I roll and say my kwanse yen to abana. Woman just said, woman be shama bani to manakwino, woman so woman conquer support Victor Usu da. Oh, this so-called bourgeoisies, more self-style bourgeoisies, and they believe in what you call the razzmatazz. They taught Victor Usu the bitter lesson ever. And Banzo, there was what you call a political conflagration that resulted in that political disintegration, and that was the end of story. At the end of the game, DNC, after Koto election got tied. Ebejira tied a team. Yes, some re-election. Victor also catch the Pauli in the casino for Riata say, no, yeah, we prefer to support to Liman, Dr. Hila Liman. That comes how Liman ebeye president or memoir. And they went and supported Hila Liman. Obiasu himself, Liman. Listen, Liman was a career diplomat. He didn't really know the political dynamics of this country. And omko support no. You're supporting you and a Liman won. A party like FNS and the Action Congress Party by Benasco, Western Radio, Umunya saying about 10 seats. Onua Pauli and then a cousin of Foria Tomu form UNC, Umunya saying 13 seats. People's Front Party by Wine, by Wine, Victor Usu, Onya saying 42. Liman got what? 71 out of the entire 140 parliamentary seat. And he won. He became the president of this country. Okotna Castle, at that time, the AFRC have returned to barracks, and they were watching Liman's government closely. Liman, Liman, one Yejuma, Otiho, and and he was having all sorts of luxury life and merriment at the castle. Little he knew, said no. And guess what? Liman didn't know, said no. He had come to power and he has inherited a broken system. And he was acting as if normalcy had been restored fully. No. Liman insulated his entire cabinet from the leadership of the AFRC. And he cancelled even their trips. Liman refused to adhere to the views and opinions of the rival political groupings, like what is happening today. Liman could not secure the domestic international support required to summon the daunting economic challenges inherited from the past. He was behaving as if he's like a high horse. He had come to power with a pledge to recover the economic viabilities and social fulfillment. But 2 years he was in power, the country was plunged into chaos. Once more, the people looked with uncertain hope to a dark and a threatening future. Today, we are back to this same situation. This political bench wagon of bourgeoisies are driving this country to no point of no return. And sometimes I get saddened when I hear these little crooks coming from, political science department or level why no school. First degree, no the radio, so he knows to nothing. But also a political communicator, he knows to nothing. And kwasiasem keka They don't even know the roots of this country and where we come from, where we are going. And now Kufuado, maybe on the he is following his father's precedents. Mumi says, "A brother two buziana, a hifa, and a dwede kufu of fire. Oh, Ghana." At that time, Buzia was in England. Oh, treating him, he was a diabetic patient. No treating him, Buzia, no down. Wa mebo baby Professor Kofi Abrefa Buzia, na se funny MPP way, me say, go and read the history of the government of wine. Professor Kofi Abrefa Buzia, one, he was like a despotic leader. But again, I must say that his government also remained the only government in which nobody was arrested or prosecuted for some political reasons, because he inherited right there from what General Akwesi Amankwa Frifa after the overthrow of Nkrumah. And that was the 1969 elections. Munyanefo. On my way, political abakwasem. Eshishan Krofo be them. And on my said they will mount the roadmap. No, my corner. But the history, I'm always been tempted doing this. Now, folks, the Ashanti regional chairman of the MPP, Ntribu Esiakon, also known as Chairman Wontumi, is caught live on camera, lying and struggling to defend NPP and viable Agenda 111. Obi say Wontumi. Wa bon. Nipa bi say, some media metiti yo. Say Monsieur Okoprempe. Na wo hwe Wontumi pa say wait. A student of Prempeh College. My goodness. What? Wakaso sisiniti as say. No ohaha ni saa te say dia. I confirm what ye kwakotwa niti. Kwana ko defend Agenda 111. He goes there and start telling lies. I feel I confused. Lying right there on camera. Take a listen to this.
What the Ghanaians know, look at the ambulances that you are enjoying. Okay? Look at Agenda 111.
How many of them have you completed?
Oh, about 30 to 35.
Where are they?
You can search. You are a journalist. Google.
Where? Bawumia, you've been leading this campaign.
Now,
so just tell me.
If you go to Agyapong 1, yes, we are completing.
So they are not completed.
Agenda 111. I said that it's 111, and we are going to complete about 30 to 35.
So you
this
have
year.
Completed it.
We have completed some. What the Ghanaians know, look at the ambulances that you are enjoying. Okay? Look at Agenda 111.
How many of them have you completed?
Oh, about 30 to 35.
Where are they?
You can search. You are a journalist. Google.
Where?
Bawumia,
you've been leading this campaign.
Now,
so just tell me.
If you go to Agyapong 1, yes, we are completing.
So they are not completed.
Agenda 111. I said that it's 111, and we are going to complete about 30 to 35.
So you
this
have
year.
completed it.
We have completed some.
Wait. The crown for the see some, impeti some, and yes, he see some. Oh dear, he's just lying. Meanwhile, the Ashanti region, do any man in some 4 kicker, wait, and Ntribu Esiakon, and throw any nada, and here together with Bawumia are lying through their tongue to power. And you want to allow such radicals, these ragamuffins, rogues, rats, and crooks to come to power. How? Mudini crack a crown heading. Mudini journalists, will be so. I'm here, or be so was some. And to open so no, I'm here no coqueting. On quiet to say. You say, Santa Mokasana Mukra, medium mood. That's why you don't get me in such places. Now, how? When yet your baby, and I will see agenda, no, 12111. Become one some tell why you do a saying. Ehifa enye bekwa kohu afida oto na ototo papa so sa akotwisam enabrabasam enkontomposam ina anya ne kure. But of course, why not? They want to have their way, because ukoken Ghana phone bibri will not resonate with that direction. It's sad. On my way, sometimes who trust there's one policy by Kutu Agyapong. Guess what Kutu did? In 1978 thereof. Kutu Agyapong share Adebi and also no listen. We have a lot of foreign companies or mobile Ababe left Ghana's mineral deposit, any natural resources like gold, diamond, timber. Or should you also know, wait a minute. We will not allow the foreign companies to come and dig our soil and take our mineral deposit, including our timber, and go like that and take the greater percentage. No. So what did he do? He went straight into the archives and lifted the blueprint prepared by Kweku Boateng. Kweku Boateng was one of a special aid to Osadifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. When that document was there, Kutu Agyapong lifted it like this. And then he made a decree. A follow-up of the decree, what happened? That decree came out that any foreign company be amuwo meimuha. Se wutu gold, se wutu diamond, se wu follow ye timber, now they kwa. Wayane say see a team. Ghana must take a greater percentage of the mineral deposit and the resources. And then, who foreign company, you take the lesser one. This is what he did. Kutu Agyapong, a military officer, this is what he did. And then where? Under the Fourth Republic, go and read and check the archives. How many foreign companies have come on our soil that the government of Ghana controls the greater part of our resources? Number one, what percentage does Ghana have in our oil in the western region? Percentage in your womb. The Newmont and Ashanti Gold are digging your gold. How much of percentage do we have, government of Ghana have in our gold? And all the mineral deposit, how much do we have? Number three, if you win the Newmont group of companies were coming to the shores of Ghana, former President Kufuor at the time laid the red carpet for them at the castle, and they walked as if they were walking down the aisle into glory. All right? Newmont came and occupied many places, including Ahafo and Brim, and began to fall in Ghana's what? Mineral, our food staples, including our enviable export earning like cocoa, Newmont for Umuchani Negui, including say Eniania Ghana for Nidia, Bordia Bantimenke, Yetani Negui, in want of gold. Meanwhile, the government of Ghana wasn't getting the greater percentage, or no. And then Matisse Newmont full food. President Kufuor saw red carpet at the Mamuju. I dare anybody come and challenge me, so I'm lying. And the worst part of it is this. Guess what? Newmont to phone feed woman to buy caterpillars, no all their saying hardware government of Ghana exempted tax from it. A brought down for sick, like Armstrong said. Sick, you are sick. You are mentally sick. And this Fourth Republic, oh come on. Leaders in yare for. Now, the chairman of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, Johnson Asiedun Kitia, has directed no NDC member of Parliament should respond to any emergency sitting of Parliament if they are called. Ora Asiedun Kitia koka enra or see NDC ni member of Parliament be anywhere else we see Parliament to. If there is a recall that under certificates of urgency, nobody should step there. It is here no. Obi can answer also. Are you there? And easy. It is here no. A fellow man in the group no. Mode Supreme Court. Maame wan tokonu Esaba Chief Justice. Na mo fi se mo de adibi ba abehye nipa kon se den no. Enye afidi omo so omo nko. Na afi yenhwa de ebesi parliament o. Asiedun Ketia warning na or the abeto ama NDC parliamentarians. Take a listen to him.
parliament no. Now we will continue to live there. What was there? And there were here and no. Now I can say, what the hell was trust? Now we need to live. Now my woman and my woman. I don't think God is for power. Almost got the open. Parliament is so. That the parliament is now. And the popular. Democracy, we need parliament to feel our son, democracy behind the media. I don't think our American money community can be a problem. As I said, we have no choice. Never mind the parliament to hold by. The parliament, who will keep parliament here? That's just that democracy is not happening. I told you, young Tracy, young Yamata, and I think parliament, yes, you know. I think democracy, yes, you know. Young Tracy, not I go for, I live for you. I'm not trying to make it. Or the young Yama, I say democracy. Everything there, everything there. I don't think. The answers of parliament here. One year for Tokani, Jackie for say, I do know parliament here. What was now? About the Punyada, about the Mufoko. They say, I did see it before. But PIA emergency recorder, about PIC, about the democracy, and the recorder. That's not Bawumia. No one got a franchise, no one needs democracy. The leaders are parliament to me. That's why I don't want to say that. This is so. Yama and Pitch to and the cow. Yes, to make democracy. For instance, Yama now we are lawyers for Ghana Bar Association. Now we can say we need to go and they have dresses, and their constitution. And now, young and process for the transfer, and they have dresses. The constitution, more than as a Muslim Yasi. The area Yasi, I won't know what Yasi. And we can't constitution. Now, all churches, and brothers. But here to the ground, the Kurokusha, the Himsabi.
Folks, Agyapong. So very likely say this 8th Parliament way of 4th Republic, meaning baby abekwa end it. Nobody know, because you can see clear that there's a stalemate. And so the party chairman had spoken. So members of parliament belonging to the National Democratic Congress cannot, will not, and may not take their chairman's word in vain. So what it means is that Speaker Bagbane may perhaps not sit on the chair. Samabau. Folks, Afiyemra special report. Let's come to our special report. And our special report we title, the coup plot on Honorable Chei Mensah Bonsu and Honorable Joseph Osei-Wusu, plus the political acts on General Agyapong Pepra unveiled. The political acts, unim acts, ekuma. The political acts on General Agyapong Pepra. On Friday edition, the Frontline show threw some fundamental questions to the National Security Coordinator, Edward Kweku Asumeni, to help the platform get answers to those questions posed to his office. Friday, yedin semi bisa monfa ne metoso ayo ora Kweku Asumeni, National Security Coordinator no a wo memu ha no. Yes. Yede a friend is saying questions be monfa ne mra please munya ne ntem yenko. Ayo ora Kweku Asumeni yede questions be beto homa no. Tonight we are back to reiterate our questions to him and his office to clarify the following questions. Yes. Where is the National Security Coordinator? MCR, please. Honor Dahono. Please, let this picture stay a while longer there. He's a Ghanaian, and we pay him with our taxpayers' money. Allah him, naho. One of a despicable, arrogant person or serving under President Adodankwa Akufo-Addo-led government. And he thinks that he's the most powerful guy. He has money. And otumiko baby obetimi akọ. And he thinks that he's spiritually powerful. Because the last time he began say, why is he shuttling between Ghana and Benin? Or Benin? Ontimi fasa answer nemba. And tonight, I'm still asking him, Ora Edward Asumeni, may say, you continue to shuttle between Ghana and Benin. Dear na ukwe Benin. I have so many photographs of him. There. He thinks he's the most very powerful guy in this country. Now guess what? He goes out there to lie to a group of white ladies, white girls who couldn't throw at the drum and say, yeah, he's so rich, he's so powerful in this country, and that he has money, and that he and his family are going to live the rest of life, and that he's rich, he can never be poor. And he was talking to some American white ladies. Little he knew that no, and maybe me can no be who they are, that those ladies were not just ordinary. No, they were top level U.S. spy agents. Yeah, they were spy agents, and they had tracked him for far too long. Yeah, what am I tracking it for? Hey, what am I tracking it to be? I don't want to go there. And no be ameno, because there's something in the making. Already, the U.S. government had warned President Akufo-Addo to let him go. May say the United States government had warned that the National Security Coordinator Agyapong Asumeni should be made to go. But tonight, our questions here demand. Number one, we want Mr. Edward Kweku Asumeni to come out and confirm or deny that he pulled an element of surprise on the following persons. One, Honorable Chei Mensah Bonsu and Honorable Joseph Osei-Wusu by wiretapping their telephone communication. And what he obtained, he used that to blackmail them. True and yet true. Mr. Asumeni, we are waiting for the answers. Eyanekure say, Ora Chei Mensah Bonsu, Kaneno NPP majority leader in the House. Any ora Joseph Osei-Wusu oko tapi o telephone o waya and you obtain something when sakai no what the sad no e de kwachire wo what the trom we are na eden is it blackmailing and answer eden and right there Chei Mensah Bonsu was left with no option but than to step down and the kra na nye ne kra Mr. Asumeni ye bisa sa asem brana be kamu ne kra maye. Is it true or it's not true? And ever since, Chei Mensah Bonsu could not mount any spirited defense of his post. Now Ghana for who so be a nim the echo. Mumisa mo say, now guess what my info is. Shortly after that, I call it a palace coup in Parliament. Right there, no Chairman supposed to step down up and omde Kwame na Afenyo marking. Omudi ni besi ade. Yeah. And Kwekwasmini should come and tell Ghanaians say, what role did he play in appointing Kwame na Afenyo marking as the majority leader in Parliament on the side of the governing party, New Patriotic Party? On my country, role Ben will play. And then so you see, Boniswa Ketue no share. Mumi enje bibi ye. And the moment say Kwame na Afenyo marking remain one man standing. MPP for mun kan say Kweku Bua. Kwame na Afenyo marking now remain one man standing. Where are the leaders in the house? One more here. Eye show mo be jinja nechi. Asem we abeda hono hwe eye something very simple that it could have been resolved. But as long as eye Kwame na Afenyo marking no way. Mo de mo hwe be de be kwa kopie. Afenyo marking. Kwame na. You know we know some things. You know we know, man. We know. You know we like this. You know we like this. Man, me say asembebe debi. You know we like this. Me say asembebe debi. Kwekwasmini me say ube yasembia no one day e wo memu ha. Obri na enso ye. Wo de opa questions here kan wanu tumu ho. A day is coming. Obwa ube yin semano. Number 2. So we want to know, say, ora Chairman Sabonsu, a debe and a unhu or moho. And I would call Chelmon, and who been a ball more if you move Popo ya say Chairman Sabonsu or resign the post. Yes. Hey, what is going on at Debiameka Munini? Me say the night is busier than the day, and there are lots of dark clouds hanging in here in our airspace. Munkumpao, Bonnet. You guys know I've read several reports, counterintelligence report about this guy, of he involving in narcotic cocaine, involving in money laundering, involving in transporting of gold through illegal means. I read national security report and counterintelligence report about him. Anyway, now Ghana for me someone say more. When was the last time I would say you to meet gold near the you to meet cocaine? And then cocaine wants to see at Taticho airport or no? Caneno, Yatu airport to Opao, Nancy and Chibu. There's a syndicate in this country. A few Mukran hands for C and Chichi cocaine. Yachiri are no more fitri, normally call. He's been accused of several nefarious activities against the Republic of Ghana. Number 2. Will Mr. Edward Kwekwasmini confirm or deny that his blackmailing led to Honorable Chairman Sabonsu resign from his leadership position, making way to Honorable Kwame na Afenyo marking? And idea Afenyo marking as a leader of the majority. Number 3. We want Mr. Edward Kwekwasmini to confirm or deny that his tenure in office as a security coordinator expired on the 8th of August 2024, and he is still at post. Obetia be come ni said data the office and appointment the demand I expired 8th of August. My body date. Madeno na my body date. All my country say I am lying. On the 8th of August 2024, and in the office no. Tenure in office expire. Why is still at post? And me debate and the man said, we want Mr. Edward Kwekwasmini to confirm or deny that his presence at the Secretariat or National Security Office will not compromise the upcoming general elections. Or my country say uncompromised because the office will also be one of the, if not all, the powerhouse. The National Security Ministry, the powerhouse. Political parties are mobile gauge the space and watch this guy closely. Moon watching closely. Kweku Asumini may say moon watching the office closely. National Security Coordinator Office may say open your eyes. NDC open your eyes. And what's up, Papa Wiso? I know, say NDC, for you have a lot of, serious intelligence officers in there. Watch this guy. Put your radar on him. Afi Mayemra Eye Ora. General Upon Paper. Tonight, the front line letter to General Upon Paper, Chief of Defense Staff, Ghana Armed Forces. Our letter begins, the letter B, Mano. Our letter begins by describing the situation around his circles. Suggests that there is a political axe, hidden to unleash the dragon, to destroy his enviable military career. And we crave his indulgence to watch the space, to quickly identify those adversaries. General, I know you understand what I mean. All right? The Ayer can say, this is our letter to you. Sir, Omani Ninaho. Obama Naniadawa, and say, there is what we describe a political axe, ekuma, anamebwa Abunia Nazade, Abunia. Bia Eshesumu, Sabonia no axe will soon unleash the dragon. And Ninano, it is towards destroying his enviable military career. And General, please watch the space in order for you to identify these so-called adversaries or adversaries. America for years, adversaries. All right? Quickly identify them. Number 2, General Upon Paper is the Chief of Defense Staff. And may I say, he's also what? He's also into what? Defense intelligence. Bibrefi say, or a Chief of Defense. No. His special area no defense intelligence. Yeah. So tonight we called on General Upon Paper to watch out his spy network. General, begin to what? Throw the spotlight on your spy network and quickly identify the moles, MOLDS, the moles within or hidden in your circles. Yeah. Tonight, we're calling on you, watch your spy network and quickly identify the moles hidden in your circles. Tonight, we conclude on General Upon Paper that his exemplary order lines, the American NHS, afi ne spy network no on him, enipa no a wamoye collection of information at the Brenno, emane gather data no. General, yes, your spy network, you are a spy chief at the same time. But watch your spy network. There are moles in the network. And those moles are also what? Transponders. We conclude on General Upon Paper that his exemplary order lines in the military cannot and will not and may not pass unnoticed. Indeed, he is being instrumental to the country's stability, and we don't think the government of Adodankwa Akufo-Addo should give him this raw deal. Oh yeah, man, a raw deal. We know we picked so many intelligence. Some of them are so sensitive, I cannot put them out there. But this fine man, one person will destroy him. And we know many of his adversaries. We know many of his adversaries. And the any day General Upon Paper and Subisi. That supposed alleged coup plot ne kon and omode ko share say yo no. Maybe some Mami Chief of Staff, Madame Fremont say Paris, come out and confirm what Trocrata the command papa is on resign. Is it true or a lie? Untimi for answer ne mai.